Good morning, YouTube. Day 2 of the Nationals. Today we've got probably what might be one of the best days of the contest. The forecast is good with 8,000 foot cloud bases. So we've got gentle winds. We've got an AAT has been set, which is 3¼ hours minimum time. So it's going to be a big day. We've got thermals and clouds on the hills already. So it's starting to look pretty good already. Here's the glider, it's clean, batteries in, DI'd. Alright, so I thought it might be good if we have a quick look at what's involved in getting the glider ready for a day of contest flying. Normally for any particular day you'd look at the weather and decide if you want to put water ballast on board or not. And I might do another video later on that talks about water ballast. In this case I've actually got a problem with my wing tank, so I won't be putting any water on board. Luckily my glider's already pretty heavy because I've got the engine and the fuel tank. Let's have a look in the cockpit at what I've been getting ready. Alright, so I just turned on the main power for the glider and the main flight computer. So what I've done is load up the task of the day into my flight computer while I'm flying. That's what I'll use to navigate and figure out where I am. So if I look on the screen here and if I zoom out, you can see these orange circles. That's my task of the day. And the flight computer here gives me all the information I need to fly around the task. And in this case we need to go somewhere into the circles, but we can choose where exactly. So what I might do is actually set up the GPS to say where in these circles do I want to actually go. Where am I aiming to go? And take this bottom turn point for example. I can move around exactly where I'm going to be aiming inside that circle. So my GPS is all set up. I need to check all the instruments and things, and we do this for any flight. Make sure that all instruments are working and the batteries are good. I've got a little down the bottom there, I've got a little battery meter so I can flick between my two different batteries and make sure that they're both got good voltage. Secondly, I need to make sure I've got all the equipment I need, so I've got a couple of portable devices here. One is my spot tracker that shows where I am on the map for if I go missing, or people on the ground can look and see where I am at any time. So that's quite a useful little satellite tracker. I've also got a portable logger. So this flight computer here will record my flight, but so this is a backup. So if this one fails for any reason, I have a spare one. And these ones, because I've got an engine, I have to have loggers, flight loggers that record the engine noise. So it can indicate if I start my engine or not. So those, I've just got some little pockets on top of the dashboard here which I tuck them into, and that's where those are stored. Okay, I've got to get the engine out, flick the switch there, and we can watch my engine come out, and I just got to check that the engine all looks in tip-top condition, and that there's nothing wrong with it, and it'll be ready to use.
Traffic off Romeo, downwind for 27.
Alright, what else do I have in the cockpit here? We have a parachute, so we use a parachute. In a contest we have to have a parachute on, just in case you collide with another aircraft. Food, got some muesli bars here, and a little bag of nuts. So I like to fly with just some snacks I can chew on throughout the flight. Up on the canopy here I've got my mount for the GoPro, that's normally what I'm filming with in the glider itself. In the back here I've got my oxygen system, so that's we probably won't need that today. I don't think we'll be going high enough to need to use it. On this side I've got my oxygen cannula, I've got a local area map, and I've got a window cleaning cloth so I can clean the windscreen. And I've got some tissues just in case I make any messes while flying. And speaking of messes, this is my funnel for my P-tube system. So we've got a hole here in the floor of the glider, so I can actually go for a pee while I'm flying. This flight could be easily, well, this is going to be probably 3.5–4 hour flight. So as you can imagine, you might need to go for a pee. The only other things I fly with is a drink bottle. So we take a big drink bottle with us so that we can keep hydrated during the flight. The problem in the glider is you're sitting in the cockpit, you've got the sun on you, you've got fresh air coming in through the air vents, and it just dries you out. So you need to keep hydrated right from the beginning. Finally, at the back here, we've got a first aid kit. So if I land in a paddock or injure myself in any way, I can got some basic tools and supplies in there. Over here we've got the holder for my cell phone. So I use my cell phone as another instrument while I'm flying, and it can be used as a backup navigation device. So if this main one on the screen here fails, I can use my phone, and I can use the tracking system that we've got in New Zealand to see where other gliders are, which is quite useful. So that's basically it for flying in a contest. Glider's all clean. I made sure it was clean and the windscreen's clean. Next up we need to tow it out onto the airfield where we're going to launch from. Other than that, I need to personally make sure I've got my sunscreen on, made sure I've had some lunch, use facilities if I need to, all those kind of basic things. You want to make sure you're nice and ready before you go for the flight. Okay, well, we'll see you up there.